he just gave me money and said, all right, be on your own, I would never have to talk to him all month. Right? Let's read this verse, and it's very challenging to me. Proverbs 30. All right, this guy, he's writing, 2 things I ask of you, O Lord, do not refuse me before I die. Keep falsehood and lies far from me. Give me neither poverty or riches, but give me only my daily bread. Otherwise I may have too much and disown you, and say, who is the Lord? I may become poor and steal, and so dishonor the name of my God. Is that it? Yeah. Okay. All right, he says this, God, just 2 things can I ask? All right, just 2 things I ask. Don't let anyone lie to me. I just want to focus on 2 things, God. Don't let people lie to me. Don't let people lie. I just want to 2 things. Let me focus on 2 things. Don't give me too much. Don't give me too little. But just give me my daily bread. Okay? Don't give me too much, otherwise I may forget you, because I don't need you. Don't give me too little, because I may steal from people. But just give me my daily bread. When I say daily bread, what does it remind you of? Manna. You remember manna? Remember this? When, not my cousin, right? But manna. Manna, right? Not manna, manna, right? Where God provided bread for his children. And they had to collect it every day, right? That was the thing. They had to collect it just enough for the day. Because if you collect too much, what happens? It would spoil. God was trying to teach his people to depend on him. But the day before the Sabbath, they had to collect 2 times as much, right? So they would collect just enough for the day. I want to challenge you guys to think about this thought of living day by day. Everyone hates this, right? I know a lot of you are maybe forced to live like this. But you guys can see God's faithfulness day by day. But I want to challenge us with this thought. What God challenges us right here is to live day by day. God, if you don't show up today, Lord, I have nothing to eat. Lord, I need you. God, would you show yourself? Lord, I need you to provide for today. Not just with money. God, if you don't show me what to say this morning, Lord, I have nothing to preach, God. If you don't speak to me right now, God, I have nothing to tell your people. If you don't show me I cannot even go to school. God, if you don't even show me, I will not even go to work. How dependent are we on this God? Would it be just enough? And I know this is extremely, this topic I'm about to talk about is extremely a no-no. Okay, but I really want to just share a piece of my heart. Because I've been doing my best to read this Bible, and I've seen no evidences of this American philosophy I found that we have so loved, that we have so fallen in love with. Because I read scriptures and I see this, daily bread, God, daily bread. And I never read this concept that Americans have developed, this philosophy. And I'll be very careful, okay? But please, because you don't understand me wrong, but please don't criticize me right off the bat. Please try to understand it at first. Okay? Please. It's this word of retirement. Okay? Retirement. It's a word that we all want, or a lot of us. Retirement. I remember I ran track in high school, right? I ran track. And I ran the sprint, 100 meters. Very short run. About 10 seconds, 11 seconds, right? Very short. And you would run as hard as you can, and then you would finish only 10 seconds. So you would train so hard to run 10 to 11 seconds. That's all you have. Okay? Imagine if you're running and you're beating people. Yeah, you're just running, and you get towards the end, maybe another second, and you're like, oh, dang, I already won, so I'm just going to start walking. How dumb would that look? Running so hard, and you just start, oh, I'm getting tired. Oh, forget it. You guys can go ahead and run. How would that look? Running the race so hard, and at the very end, I'm getting tired, I'll let off. See, I have a very difficult problem with this word called retirement. Because when we think of retirement, what do we think of? We think of maybe golfing. When we think of golfing, we think of Hawaiian beaches. We think of beautiful food, beautiful places, living off of a paycheck that comes every month. We think of, yes, luxury, freedom, enjoyment, right? We think of this. And I tell the youth this all the time because I want them to prepare themselves for not tomorrow, but for eternity. Right? If the end is so close, would you want to waste away your last few days loving the world? When God says friendship with the world is hatred towards God, so why in your last 20 years of life would you desire to fall in love with the world? Why would you, the last 20 years of your life, want to just, Lord, I just want to just, man, buy all the cars I want now because my money's going to rot. I'm going to just live it up. Why would you want to do that? And so I just had this terrible thought because I respect you guys and I love you guys. And I have no experience compared to you. You guys have children, some of you. There's so much wisdom, so much, authority. I'm just so amazed that you are even listening to me still. But there's just this thought I have a really big problem with. As I talk to some of you, I hear about your retirement plans, and I'm ecstatic that God is allowing you to get ready for your next season of life. But there's a time for all things, but there is never a time to just sin and just live up with the world. And I read through these scriptures, and I'm just, Lord, where's retirement in here, God? Where is it that you tell me I can just enjoy the last 30 years of my life, buying what I want to buy, loving what I want to love, and just have fun before I die and go back home? Where does it say that? It never does. But how come the media and Hollywood and things of today try to lie to you? Hey guys, start saving up so you can have fun at home. And I'm just so worried. You know how Jesus says, take care of the widows? You heard about that phrase? You ever wonder why widows? Why widows? Why orphans? Why widows? Think about this. Widows were typically male or female? Female. Back in the day, not today, but back in the day, did females have authority? They actually almost had no jobs. They had no money. Right? Jesus said, take care of the widows because they cannot sustain off themselves. Right? And so widows are typically married and they break up, right? For whatever reason, they're now shamed from culture, they're shamed from society, and they no longer can find a job or any sort of significant other, and they're off to rot and die by themselves. So Jesus, take care of these people, right? And I just think about this thought of, wow, God cares for all people, and He wants to provide for all sorts of people. So if a loving Father cares for all people, don't you think He would care for you too? But why do we try to save up ourselves for the last days to enjoy ourselves? And I'll stop right there, but man, I just think this thought of retirement is, I just don't find it in here. And I want to challenge you guys, but you guys have so much wisdom, you have so much, I respect you guys, but there's just one thing I do that does bother me, it's just the thought of retirement. And I want to challenge your thought of what retirement should look like, how it should look like. Because God has made us to do something. God has created us to love Him with all of our hearts, minds, and soul. Not to love this world. And I want to challenge you guys. The last days of your life, how will you live? How are you living today? And I just want to challenge the thought of retirement. And man, I just see these couple of things. I know money is not a fun issue to talk about, but my heart breaks for it. Because even at a young age, I see your children, or I see a lot of the youth, be sucked up so much into materialism. Sucked up so much into money. And I'm curious, where are they getting these from? Where do you get it from schools, from people around them, from teachings? And I'm telling you, man, Jesus never says be rich in the world. He says be rich in my kingdom. And I'm so overwhelmed with this thought of people in love with the world. We all want the next best thing, right? iPhone 4 is out. Who wants an iPhone 4? Ooh, the new BMW's coming out soon. Oh shit, we just want the new thing. We just look for the newest things. And then we neglect so much. And I just want to encourage you. I know it's not a fun topic. I want to encourage you about this thought of money, guys. And the thought of testing God. Have you ever been told not to test God? Right? In Matthew, right? In Matthew 4, Jesus was tested by the Satan, right? Right after he was baptized, he was led out into the wilderness and he was tested, right? Remember this? And Jesus was crazy because he knows all the Bible verses because, he's the Son of God and he fights off Satan with the Bible verses, right? He says, if you're hungry, turn this bread into, or turn the stone into bread. And Jesus is like, man shall not live by bread alone. I'm not going to do it. Right? And then Satan comes up again. Okay, check this out. I want you to throw yourself down, and the angels will pick you up. Right? You will not put the Lord God to your test. Right? That's what He does. He knows all these Bible verses because He's ready. He meditates on night and day. But Jesus says, don't test the Lord your God. Right? He says, don't test. I am the God of all creation. Why do I have to tell you I'm alive, guys? I'm real. I will provide. I don't need your approval. I don't need your affirmation. I am the God of all gods, and I don't need to prove myself to you. Because sometimes you're like, God, if you're really real, would you make this Bible levitate? Or would you do this? And we test God. Are you real, God? Will you provide? If you are, God, if you're real, then God, give me money. Make it fly from the sky, and I will know you're real. And we test God. Right? Sometimes we test God.